Welcome to the Prehocracy Show, the show before the show that you watch after the show.
We'll be right back. Dun, dun, dun. Welcome back. I'm JD Melville.
Wait, we don't do We'll Be Right Back with the Prehocracy.
Oh, no, we don't.
Oh, well, you just got to see what really happens.
We just kind of go into it, don't we?
Yeah, we do, because it just goes boom.
But we do have we can cut it there. Because we have that.
All right. Anyway, we're back now. See, this is, and we actually have a special guest on today's show.
Yes, we are very excited.
We have Elaine Venter. Is that...
It's close enough, yeah.
How do you pronounce it?
Fenton.
What?
Fenton.
Oh, okay.
Pronounce the V like an F.
Oh,
V
really?
like an F. Fenton. Interesting. Okay.
Well,
we already learned something.
I know. Learning. That's what we're here. That's what we're all about here. On
this has been a long time in the making. We have been talking for a long time, and we are so excited to have her on our show. So first, the Prehocracy, of course, is where we get to talk. We kind of work out some of the giggles and some of the loose tongue. Loose our tongues a little bit.
Yeah, so we don't say loose tongue on the real show. But this is an opportunity for you to get to know Elaine better. Mm-hmm. We actually sent her a little Q&A about her personal brand. We feel like everybody has a brand, no matter whether you're a business, whether you're a person, everybody has a brand.
And even brands have a personality.
Yeah, exactly.
So it kind of works in reverse. I mean, a company, you know that company, and you can kind of imagine if that company was a person, this is what they'd look like.
So we're gonna get to know Elaine a little bit better. First, Elaine, just give us a little bit of an introduction about who you are, what you do, what's your expertise.
Okay. Well, hello. My name's Elaine. I am mostly an academic. I'm a teacher in mass media and new media fields. So that's what I love to do. It's actually just an excuse to keep watching television, play video games, and listen to music and say, oh, it's for work.
That is a great excuse.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Kind of like, not that I do this, but like going onto YouTube and saying it's research.
Research.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, everybody else like invites me over to their desk and, hey, can you come do some research with me? I found this really great video.
Yeah, in fact, we've got an episode coming out Wednesday, right?
Yeah. And
we talk about going into your chosen field and some of the tax things that you can do because we're in the creative field, and we're excited for that. But so let's get into some of the things. So tell us your background. Where are you from?
Okay. I'm originally from South Africa. I was born and raised there, families being there for generations, and then when I was 3 months before my 13th birthday, we immigrated. So that was a really odd age at which to go. And then I've been here since. I've gone to high school here, college, background in BA for public relations. Okay. Then I did international studies, and now I'm doing cultural studies work, but all focused on this new media field, and because that's the stuff that I grew up with. I grew up with the internet. I remember the day we got our first PC and we got the internet at home in South Africa, and it was a big deal. And coming from there to here and living kind of two very separate sorts of internets has affected a lot of how I look at media and what kind of media I go after and things like that. So that's just sort of that background on that.
Interesting.
That's really interesting.
So what were some of the things that were maybe most shocking? I mean, because you're 13, that's a very formidable age.
Where we have life completely figured out.
Everything is sort of horrible for everyone, and you're trying to figure your life out. What were some of the things that were most like shocking, either culturally or in the internet world for you?
Okay. Shocking in the internet. Oh, so this was funny. When we lived in South Africa, my parents actually let us go into chat rooms, unsupervised relatively, which was a big deal because they supervise a lot of what we watched on television. And but they trusted us with an incredible level. But we would tell people that we had a pet rhino, or sometimes it was a pet elephant. And because there was a smidgen of truth in there, we could say we're from South Africa, we'd say things about South Africa, people believed us. And so that was pretty intriguing. But in terms of then immigrating physically, coming from there to here, two big things was the food and no uniforms in school.
Oh, yeah.
that was...
We like that.
I could never get over the whole no uniforms thing.
Was it hard to have to start making decisions about what to wear to school?
Oh, yeah. And it was so irritating for my mom, too. Because if I didn't like something, like, now we have to go shopping for way more clothes than we used to. Before, you would only go shopping once a year, and you would do the whole shopping in one go. And those clothes could last you a good 5 to 6 years if nobody had a growth spurt. Yeah. And because there were 3 of us, too, we would share clothes quite often. So my sister got my hand-me-downs, and it worked out.
That worked out really well.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. All right, well, let's get into some of these branding questions. First, the couple of branding questions we're going to go through are simple ones. They're the sort of, if you were a car, if you were, kind of the softballs of, this is how I feel. So, if you were a car, what kind of car would you be?
I chose the Subaru, and it was one that I didn't know about, the Xterra, Crosstrek. Yes, I'd always thought there was only the one major 4x4, and then I saw this one, like, oh, it's sporty, but it's also fashion forward in a way, but it's totally useful in the sense of this more active lifestyle that I have. So I want it because it looks cool, but it's also useful.
So you're pretty active. What kind of activities do you do that?
Right now, the big one. If it's not video gaming, it's scuba diving.
Really?
So
really?
Yeah, that's what I've recently gotten into almost a year now.
Wow.
So that's my big one, and then sometimes kayaking, not often, and very soon mountain biking.
Okay.
We'll see how good at it I am.
And now that you say mountain biking, because you had brought this up in our conversations, you came to Utah and you had a pretty gnarly wreck up at the Olympic Park. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was actually there for a conference, but I had 2 friends who lived there, and they told me that there's just absolutely no way I am going to go there and not go out mountain biking. One of them is actually, she's quite active and she's done it often. So she took us 2 noobs with her, and we made it up, no problems. It was brilliant, it was amazing, it was jaw-dropping every few moments looking around. Then when it was going down, it wasn't even what you would call a steep hill. But I decided I was going to show off a bit, go down as fast as I can, because she was busy filming it. And I decided to lift my butt up off the seat, too, and I was kind of leaning it back. And I made the mistake of just tapping the front brake while going down at top speed. And it was just like everything went slow-mo. And I just flipped over the bars, face first. Luckily, I was wearing a helmet with a bridge. So if I wasn't wearing that, I'd probably have broken my nose again. So luckily, it just got skids. And then I came up, I felt, and I yelled at them, "Did I break my ribs?" And my friend's like, "No, you didn't break your ribs, but you wouldn't be able to speak." So but we had a good time with that.
So it sounds like that was actually recorded. That's on video somewhere.
She only has when I go by, and then all of a sudden you just see my butt flipping over, and then you hear her yelling an expletive, like "ouch," and then it cuts.
Perfect. That's the kind of thing you want to see.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, that's when you're famous, you make sure those videos are out there somewhere.
Those just kind of like make you more elevated.
Yeah. When you're that high up, you have to have something that humanizes you. So you have those
brings
videos.
You down to a mortal level.
Makes you more relatable.
All right, so next question. If you were a celebrity, who would you be?
Okay, I was thinking, and I decided Kim Rhodes. She plays Sheriff Jody Mills on Supernatural, and if anybody doesn't know her, you should, because she's brilliant.
She's fantastic.
And she's because I figured you would know. And it's more than just her character that she plays too. Online, she expresses this persona of constantly caring not only for fans, but for co-workers as well, different actors and actresses and different crew members. And they've built this whole family unit. And it's all about building each other up and using their talents to build other people up in the community. And it's just beautiful and brilliant. And
nice.
I would like to be Kim Rhodes when I grow up.
I like that a lot.
Awesome.
She is fantastic in that show, and I didn't know about her outside of the film world stuff, but that's pretty great.
All right, we're gonna go rapid fire. One descriptive word that describes your brand character.
Energized.
What is the temperament of your brand?
I'm gonna flip it. No, you know what? Character and temperament, same thing. Energized.
Sounds good.
There we go. Or another one you can use is passionate.
Okay.
Awesome. What is the character of your brand?
This relates a lot to the field that I'm in, and which blew me away when I thought about this, and that is saying teaching, educational, learning.
Okay. Awesome. What is the charm of your brand?
Besides the accent, I would hope that it's authenticity. I would like to always keep it real, be who you are, and express that, no matter where you're at.
Awesome. That's a very good.
I like that.
You look at a lot of the brands out there, and I think people can see when a brand is inauthentic. When they're that's definitely something that's important for a brand.
And when it lacks authenticity, like the Pepsi debacle that we just saw.
Oh, so ridiculous. What color would your brand be?
Autumn orange. A slight burnt orange, but it's actually, I know it sounds terrible to say it's burnt because that brings very negative connotations, but it's that warm yellow that appears.
Okay. What sounds or music would your brand be?
So I love music. I'm auditory. So for me, music gets me in all sorts of different moods. I have different music for different functions, but typically I'm listening to electronic dance music. And it was funny because I talked to someone a couple months ago, and they were saying, I remember when we used to talk about it as genres. And it was right, because it used to be, I listened to techno, house music, I listened to deep house, I listened to trip hop, all these different things. Now, because it's so mainstream, you can just say EDM. And a lot of people kind of get a relative idea. When I say EDM, it's radio. David Guetta now does all these things. So that I use for just chilling out, or when I need to get really pumped for something. I love original motion picture soundtracks from movies, TV shows, and video games. So Johnny actually, I kind of gave it away now. I have to cut that out. But there's some really great video game soundtracks. If anybody wants suggestions, definitely can just hit me up. I'll throw out my favorites. But and I do that. And then otherwise, it's very eclectic. I like folk, Imagine Dragons, all those things, from folk to pop to rock. And now I have a friend who's trying to get me into metal, and it's kind of working.
I was never into metal until I started playing Rock Band and Guitar Hero and stuff like that. I was always like, I had friends that loved Def Leppard and all these other people, and I'm like, I don't care. But as soon as I started playing, I was involved with this music, and I was playing these songs, and I downloaded all of them. I
did the same thing. A lot of the music that I have now, some of my favorite old albums to go to, is from some of the first Rock Band games, like Rock Band 1 and 2, Royskop. I would never have known about Royskop if it wasn't for, Guitar Hero. Yeah. So that was brilliant.
Yeah. What texture would your brand feel like?
Suede.
Suede.
Yes.
Okay.
And it actually took me a moment. I've been looking around my room realizing how much suede things I actually have. But it's soft to the touch, but it's not quite leathery. But it also has a malleability to it, so you can kind of transform it. So I have some suede on some bedding, but then I also have suede on a shoe. And it's two very different things, and it looks the same, but it has kind of one is a more softer feel, and the other one is definitely more harder. So I like that transformation of suede.
Perfect. Right. What font would your brand use?
Cambria. Which, to be honest, it's a bit of a boring, basic, more just of a utilitarian, functional font. But it works for me because it's so accessible. And whether you want to do just a regular scientific report or a blog post, if you want to make sure that people can actually read something, that for me, along with Times New Roman And if I have to go with a no seraphim, go with Verdana or Ariel.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick just one.
Yeah, because the one that I, at least in the past, I've picked would be Helvetica. And even before Helvetica, Swiss 721, which was kind of the precursor to Helvetica, not for any reason other than it's very useful. It's very, like, it can go here and there. Like, I loved that about that, and so that was the way I described myself. So, as boring as it may sound, it tells a lot about you.
Thank you. I mean, so now I don't feel so bad about it. It's just really great balance.
Okay, I'm gonna skip forward, because there was one of your answers that I imagine there's a story, but what is your unique hero tale, and how did you as a brand come to be, and that makes you passionate about, and just that first line that you wrote, I'm like, there's gotta be a story here.
Yeah, so I actually thought when I went to college, I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and right out of high school, and I said, I'm going to work for public relations for Cirque du Soleil. That's what I wanted to do.
Because, like,
what
drew you to public relations for Cirque? I mean, do they need a lot of public relations? Is this like...
No, they're a marketing machine. They are, if you were to look at transmedia experiences and the transformation of Cirque and the circus world, they're just one of the brands to look at. Quite frankly, they have a monopoly now in American culture specifically, which is huge because they've gotten to be a name brand, a household brand in the U.S. for circus. You know, P.T. Barnum, and they had that for years, but Cirque Nouveau was very different. No animals, more... There's that whole thing about art again, right? That more artistic. It's more abstract, if you will. And so I thought it was going to be very difficult. But when I was in high school, Bravo had a TV show that was a documentary about when they were producing Vatican. It's called Fire Within. It's fantastic. And for some reason, some people were like, oh, I'm going to become a juggler. This is awesome. Look at the behind the scenes. But they showed it behind the scenes of marketers and PR people sitting in a room discussing the poster.
Interesting.
And what the poster was going to be and how it was going to look from the art department that created it, and where they're going to put it around and how it was going to work in their different kind of distribution. And I just for some reason fell in love with it. Going, but there are people that just sit around talking about how they're going to market something. And I researched it and I went crazy and I told my mother, look, I'm sorry, but I'm going to switch. It's not kinesiology for me. I'm going to do this. And she thought I was kind of nuts, but she let me do it. And, it didn't quite work out. But things work out for me, I believe, work out the way that they should.
Yeah.
Or you kind of where you're supposed to be. And so that was just one thing, though, that led me to PR saying, I'm going to go work for Cirque du Soleil. I could juggle already. I learned how to juggle 3 balls just for that.
You were going to get your foot in the door with juggling and then move yourself to the marketing department.
Because I figured that'd be a great selling point. Like, oh, her PR skills are just living up. I'm like, oh, but she can juggle. So that'd be great for the office.
I like that. That's incredible.
Well, and I mean, when you imagine Cirque du Soleil, you would just imagine that everybody's actually, like, in the entire company is in there, like, juggling and, like, doing handstands while they're doing PR and while they're doing, like, marketing and stuff. It's just...
Wouldn't that be awesome?
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
That's like your base level skills. Like, you have to be able to type, like, for us, a couple words per minute and, you know, be able to organize. Yeah. These people have to juggle and balance.
Yeah. Now you have to add juggling to it. minimum 2 balls. You can do 2 ball juggling. It's pretty easy. But if you want to get fancy, advanced positions, supervisor positions, you must be able to do 3 ball tricks.
And the CEO has 4, 2, 5.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not even going to talk. They should at least have a medal in some sort of juggling competition.
Let's do this one. I like this one. What brands do you admire? What brands do you personally like? What brands appeal to you?
There's so many.
Right?
One that came as a total surprise to me and is now an obsession is the Great British Bake Off.
Ah, yes.
Are you too familiar with this?
I'm very familiar with it. Mary Berry and Paul Hollywood.
Oh, we can talk for ages. Don't get me started. But I found out about it on Tumblr a few years ago from a friend in the UK who posted the GIFs of it. Like, what is this? This is fascinating. And then I may have to eagerly downloaded it because it was not legally available in the US at all at that time.
Right.
This is my issue of as an immigrant at age 13 with the internet, frustration at trying to get media from your country that was geo-blocked. So that was an issue for me. But once I found it, I was hooked. I kept watching this, like, why am I obsessed with a baking show? I can't get over it. But the way that they sell it and design it is so different from U.S. cooking shows where it's all about how mean can we be. Mm-hmm. And again, sometimes that works for some stuff, like Chopped. I think that works great for. But for them, it was all about, these are amateur bakers, and we're going to support them even as we're pushing them. And even the bakers help each other, and they were all adorable and so sweet and so British.
And they're reacting. They're just reacting, and they're just like, I'm just so upset. Like, their reaction is that. And then you turn over to Chopped, and it's like, people are like, yeah, I'm the best. I have no reason to want to win this money. I just want to prove to myself. Like, yeah. Yeah,
and they'll apologize if they do cry. Like, I don't know why I'm crying over bread.
And it's just... I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Right? It's like, don't look at me right now. I apologize. It was just beautiful. And then Mary and, Mel and Sue are just wonderful.
Oh, yes.
There's so much beauty in that. And they reflected that in their social media. Which was fantastic. If you see the social media, they always have that too, and they're great with the graphics, and so they built that. How the brand is going to change now, having gone from BBC to Love Productions and to, is it Channel 4 now?
I think so.
They got with Channel 4 over there in Britain, which is now a paid, the commercial level there. I'm not sure. There's a big brouhaha about it. If anybody's interested in it, they can come talk to me about it, because I will talk to you for hours about this. Other than video games, this is my other obsession.
My biggest question that every time I watch it, because the desserts are like, they look so good, right? Oh, yeah. Like, I would love to be any of the taste testers on that. But how do their desserts look so British? Like, just the look of them is British. It's like, oh yeah, that looks incredibly British, but it's just a baked good like we have here. I mean,
yeah. Well, I think my favorite one is always to compare the Biscuits week. Because I have a lot of my friends in America that looking at it going, aren't they just cookies? Like, no. Let me tell you. Because when I first came to America, too, remember that whole food thing?
Right.
This relates.
Yeah.
Soft biscuits.
Yeah.
Which I now have learned, we've actually made a distinction. Cookies versus biscuits.
Mm-hmm.
It was really weird. It was really odd. I like it now for what it is.
Right.
But I'm still that hard biscuit gal. And, I had one person randomly join in a conversation at WonderCon. He was telling me, I thought there was only this one kind of biscuit. Like, no, we're about to sit down and have an education about biscuits. Let's go.
They're savory, they're
sweet.
It was
just amazing.
Yes. Yeah, my favorite, I don't know if they had them in South Africa, but McVitie's, the digestives.
I know we had a form. We had Mari biscuits.
Okay.
Which actually kind of looks a lot like a brand from Mexico that they bring over here now, and I can't remember what that was. Looks almost exactly the same, but it's a pretty bland, basic dunk biscuit. But, then if we want to get fancy, Romany creams. My favorite is Baker's. Baker's created the lemon creams. Oh. It's horrible to think about it now because it's so much more difficult to get a hold of here.
You have to find specialty markets for some of those things.
Yeah. Have to go to British import stores.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, let's do a couple more of those brands. What other brands? Let's
okay. In conjunction with yesterday's big news, for us, what is yesterday? It was Star Wars, right? So Disney. Disney has to go up there. I don't always agree with what they do, but the way that they've been going recently, buying up Marvel, and pretty much really doing it justice, I think, for what people were hoping Marvel could be.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And then with the Star Wars, the new stuff, after buying it up from George Lucas and taking... I know some people are really angry because of the canon world, that was before, and now it's called the extended world, the extended canon. I understand that, but I love what they're doing with the new generation, and the fact that they really, and this is difficult for brands to do, is accepting diversity and embracing it. They have some stumbles sometimes, like when they created the costume for Maui.
Yeah.
Didn't go off very well, but they immediately responded.
Yeah.
And retracted and said, okay, we're going to do better. Which I think is as a big brand as they are, they don't really have to do that. They can afford blunders. They have so much money, they can actually afford blunders, but they work not to do it, which I think is really interesting.
I always question, what would it take to get the Disney brand to fail? Like, what would be the colossal mistake on so many levels?
That it just wouldn't be enough.
And I can't find anything.
We've discussed this at length at work, where it would have to be a huge problem. It would have to be sort of a riot.
Plus a cover-up.
It
would have to be a cover-up somewhere.
A secret cover-up.
And then natural disasters at multiple points of the world.
Just right where their parks are.
But even then, they've got their
Star
media.
Wars, they got Marvel, they have... because people are still going to be able to, not necessarily associate them with Disney, even though it's owned by Disney. Those are kind of separate. And it's... they would still keep going. I don't think... is Disney too big to fail?
That's a really great question. And I actually... There's a really fantastic scholar, she's an academic as well, who I follow on Twitter, and she does studies on Disney. And I'll get her name. She's brilliant. But that might be a question to pose to Dr. Amber Hutchins.
Okay.
She does a lot of looking at what Disney has done culturally wise for clothing. I was at WonderCon, and it wasn't just people in straight up cosplay to look like the characters, but doing casual cosplay.
Yeah.
Like T-shirts that you go to Disneyland and you tailor your dress, and it's called Disney bounding, to go to Disneyland. Not even to go to Disneyland. I have friends who do that in their day to day. And it looks brilliant, and it's awesome. So that's a question I think to pose, to say, what would it take for Disney to come down? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I think you have a great point, especially watching the Star Wars stuff yesterday. A lot of the things like the new director, you've got the president of Lucasfilms, and how a lot of these, even Mark Hamill as Luke, they all have this sort of worry about everyone else's opinion and how it's going to go over. And they don't have to. This is it. For one, it's great that they're putting out all this content, that they are continuing stories, but to watch them and their reverence of who we are and stuff, that's incredible.
Yeah. Because they're not perfect. They're still kind of majority-wise the same kind of directors. I would say Star Wars is a little bit different now, but in the Marvel universe, you're still seeing some of the same old people coming in over and over again. But I feel like they're working towards it. There may be things in the works that we don't know about for changing that aspect. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think they're a great brand. And then the other one that I just recently really got excited for was REI. The fitness camping, known for camping, things like that. But what they did really, really well was they just released their ad campaign, which is called Force of Nature. Mm-hmm. And I watched the commercial, and I retweeted it on my account, my Twitter, and I couldn't get over it. I watched it 3 or 4 different times. I actually talked to someone who'd worked at something like Patagonia before, long time ago, and they had big problems with these kinds of companies, REI. It's once again a diversity issue. They found that they were too white, so how to adjust with that? And I found that this ad not only answers the issue of the gender issue in outdoors and in the working field, which they are taking on, but also the diversity issue, because there was quite a bit of diversity in the range of the different kinds of women that show up, and I just sitting there going, brilliant. I was already a co-op member now for the last year or so, but they pretty much have me for life now. That's for sure. I bought 3 beanies that I have no need for, but I just wanted to support them.
All right. Well, we probably should start with, the actual episode.
We should probably get some actual work done here. That's a Fedora Friday episode.
It is. I know. It's a Fedora Friday.
We don't work on Fridays. No. Nobody does.
I'm sorry I don't have a fedora.
No, you're fine.
Okay. You have headphones.
Fedora's invisible. It's like Harry Potter status. It's the invisible fedora.
Yes. Okay, so thank you for answering all those questions. We're excited to talk to you about gaming and getting into your gaming side because, I mean, those look like gaming headphones. Are those gaming headphones?
They are actually gaming headphones.
Okay.
I call them my Princess Leia headphones.
I like
that. But they're really my gaming headphones.
Okay, so we'll let's get to the show then.
All right. We'll do the 3 points and then you'll do the we'll be right back. Okay. Do I start? I start.
Yep.
What are my points? All right. Welcome to the Adhocracy Show. On today's episode. Oh wait, no, it's Fedora Friday.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to an Adhocracy Fedora Friday. Today,
video games are art.
They're incredibly helpful too.
And we have a gamer girl to prove it.
We'll be right back.